Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Loch Briar Knits. I am Kelly, your hostess, and this is episode 159, I believe. We're getting up there. I thought I was going to actually wait until next week to do an episode, but I have a lot to show you. So, I'm going to pull some of it over, get some of it there. Okay. All right. I think I've got everything. If you watched last episode, then you're aware that I retired on Friday. It just went by. So this is the retirement episode. I will preface this by saying that I am on a yarn diet this year. I'm not allowed to spend any money on yarn, except for if we go down to Lunenburg in the summer like we usually do, and we go to Mariner's Daughter. That's the only exception. For my retirement, the retirement party was thrown by my husband and my former co-workers at the company I worked for. This rogue hair. I'm blaming it on fiber, but it's probably dog hair. My previous coworkers that I worked with prior to the company being sold, and then they all left and I was the only one left standing, basically, from our office. Anyway, so they threw me a retirement party, which was just so lovely and such a lovely surprise. And I think they asked my husband for some gifts, clearly, because he suggested a gift card to the Loop. He also mentioned that I had wanted a subscription to the School of Sweet Georgia so I could learn how to spin. Gift card to the Second Cup, where I go in the morning to write, because that's my other job, is I write books. So they all took up a collection, and I ended up with a $750 gift card to the Loop, which is insane. It is insane. They also gave me a 2-year subscription to the School of Sweet Georgia. So if I don't know how to spin by the end of that, then there may be no hope for me. And they gave me gift cards to the Second Cup. I think it was like $250 of gift cards for the Second Cup. That's going to keep me a coffee for a few weeks. So anyway, of course, the first thing I did when I got home was to go on to the website at the Loop, and I thought, I'm just going to take a look around, see what they got, and then I'll make a trip over. So they got some new stuff in that they hadn't had in there before, and then I panicked because I thought, what if by the time I can get over there, it's gone? Because it's something new that they had gotten in, and I thought, oh. So I ordered, I think I spent a little over $500 on the gift card. So I have about 100 and change left. So I'm going to show you what I got. There's a bit of a haul here, and then we're going to jump into the projects I'm actually working on. First up, I'll throw my glasses on for this. I'm hoping there's not too much of a glare. Here is the first thing that I could not resist. So she got Queensland Collection Shetland Light Organic Shetland Wool. And the colorways were insane. So I got a sweater's quantity worth of each of these colors. So this is graphite. And this is evergreen. Isn't that beautiful? And then this is iron. And this is tabby. I'm going to get this up close so you can see like kind of the variations in it. Isn't that pretty? There we go. So, guys, if you're local to Halifax, Nova Scotia, or you're in the area, I highly, highly recommend popping into the Loop because they have such a beautiful collection. So then, because I wasn't know, I got 4 skeins of the Jody Long Alba in the merino and alpaca luxury tweed blend. And the name alone, it's the colorway name is Compost. So it's this beautiful, light, warm brown color, and I absolutely love it. So I got 4 balls of that. And then another new one they had in was the Sanduskarn Tyne Silk Mohair. So I got, I don't know if they had the colorway on here. I don't think so, but this is colorway 2600. And look at this. It's a gray. There we go. And it's just got all these little tweedy neps in it. Is that not gorgeous? So I got that. And I think I got 5 skeins of that. So more than enough for a sweater. And then I got this one, which is color 9873. And it's sort of it's not really showing up here. It's almost like a brown, kind of a browny, greenish, goldish tinge to it. I just want to see if I can, I don't know if that shows it a little better. But it's just beautiful. So I got 5 of those. No, sorry, I got 6 of those and 6 of those. And that was my yarn haul. But since I'm going to learn how to spin, I thought, I should have some fiber on hand. So I'm not going to take this out of the bag, but I basically went through all of their fiber and I ordered 10 or 20 grams of each color. So you can kind of see I got greens. This one here I love. It's called Ice. And then I got this beautiful bright green. I got some browns, some reds. This one is like a blue. It's almost like an iron color in a way. Lots of that. And then this I did not add to the order. Mimi and Morgan sent this with the package as a little gift to me. And I am going to preface this by saying that I have been coveting this project bag since I saw it in the shop. It is stunning. There's her little logo. But what it is, and I write historical romance that's usually set in London. So this is like all the like old London streets and everything. So it's just, and the color is just so beautiful. So that was a little extra surprise, which was very, very sweet of them. I love those guys. Honestly, I could just like spend all day in that shop. So that was the yarn haul from the gift card, and I still have some of the gift card left to use. So I was I was bowled over by the generosity of my coworkers, and that was so sweet of Mimi and Morgan to send the bag there. So I'm going to have so much fun knitting in my retirement that I can't even begin to tell you. So, speaking of knitting, let's do a quick rundown of what I've been up to. I will say I have not had as much time to knit as I thought I would. And here's why. So here's how my retirement started. I actually don't remember what I did on Monday. Oh no, I do remember what I spent about 4 hours on the phone with Bell trying to get them to lower my cell phone bill, which they didn't. I am now with TELUS. So anyway, that's kind of how I spent most of my Monday. And then Tuesday, I was taking the dog over to her grooming appointment, which is over in Burnside, if anyone's from the area. And I was probably about 2 minutes away from my destination. And there was a big truck in front of me. And there was some smoke coming up. And I was like, oh, it's just probably the exhaust from the truck. And then there was a lot of smoke. And then I realized that's coming from my car, not the truck. And then it started billowing. Like, so luckily I was at an intersection, so I turned off, and right on the corner of the intersection there was a building. So I just pulled into that and I parked in one of their spots, and I put the car into park, turned the car off because I was like, I don't know what's going on. I know nothing about cars other than how to drive them. So, and put the washer fluid in. That's so I opened up the hood and just like this smoke came pluming out. And once it kind of dissipated, there wasn't any more smoke. So I thought, okay, turning the car off was good. So I called my husband on the phone, and I really didn't want to do it because he's having an extremely busy week at work. And I thought, I know I'm going to have to tell him to come and get me because I have the dog with me. So it's not like I could take a cab. Called and canceled her appointment. Then I called my husband and I said, here's the situation. And of course it starts raining on top of everything else. So he says, okay, I'm on my way. So he comes over. I sent him a picture beforehand. I said, it looks like the inside has been slimed, like under the hood. And he was like, okay, that's a coolant leak. He got over there, took a look at it. He said, okay, we're going to have to call for a tow. He drove me home, dropped me off. So that was kind of most of that day, kind of eaten up dealing with the car. And then I got a little bit of knitting done, but not a whole lot. And I did get a little decluttering done up in the office, which it still needs more to do, which is kind of why I'm down here today. Then Wednesday, did get some knitting done yesterday. I got a little more decluttering done in a couple of areas. And then I had to walk up to the garage, which is about a 45-minute walk. And it was warm yesterday. I overdressed. I had on like my Sophie scarf, and I had a hat on, and about halfway peeling layers off. So that was my day yesterday. And then this morning was spent, I went to the coffee shop and worked on my writing. Then I went to put the little sticky note on your license plate for when you, what do they call it? License renewal, whatever. And it wouldn't stick. Like it had no stickiness to it. So I had to go to Access Nova Scotia. I had to get that replaced. Picked up some peanut butter balls at Honey and Ginger while I was there. Then I had to drive out to the Micmac Mall to the TELUS shop and switch my phone over from Bell to TELUS. And now here I am. And I was going to sit down and knit, and I thought, you know what? I think, because I want to put the yarn away, and I thought I want to show it on the podcast first. So I thought, now's a good time to do a podcast. So here we are. That's how retirement's gone so far. Let's get into the actual knitting stuff. I have made some progress on my second sock. I'm taking part in the Sox-A-Long with Diane from My Pink Bathtub and Soxy Nana Alice, and you knit a pair or more of socks per month, and then you get entered in a draw. And I think we have the month coming up. March might be the one where I'm giving away a skein of yarn as the prize. It's March or April, I think. But this is going to be my March contribution if I can get it done. I'm running out of time. And so I did put a little effort into trying to get that done. I think I was around here the last time. So I got about that much done. So I'm going to work on that today. I have one done already. And this is made by Seawall Fibers. Seawall Fibers, they're from Nova Scotia. So I just have to, I'm almost ready. I think I probably have about maybe like this much more to go for the leg, and then I can start doing the heel flap and gusset. So that's coming along now that I've kind of turned my attention back to it. And then I cast on another Sophie scarf because I felt like having something mindless on the needles because I was avoiding this sock for some reason. I don't know why. So this is made out of my leftovers I had from my September Morn colorway that I dyed. Oops. And I absolutely love how this is turning out. I love the colors in this colorway. It's just such pretty fall colors, kind of that early fall starting to turn color. But I'm no. I've still got probably about, I'd say, this much to go before I start to turn down the other side. I just find this such a relaxing knit when I want to like sit there and watch podcasts. I don't want to have to worry about kind of following a pattern too much. I have my little thingy here and I just kind of click the numbers when I finish 2 rows. That's a little on the go project. It's kind of good for car knitting. So the other thing I did was I don't even know if I've knit much on that. I can't remember if I showed you. Actually, you know what? Maybe I didn't even show this. I know I showed the yarn, but I can't remember if I had started this. I think I was calling it the 1,000-kilometer scarf. It's not the 1,000-kilometer scarf. It's the kilometer scarf, which is 1,000 meters. So you're knitting like 1,000 meters. I did the Turkish cast on, which was surprisingly easy. And you can just see what a nice, clean edge that makes. Like, I really like that. And I'm actually doing this one English style knitting. If I'm going this way, that's continental, and then the other way is English. I'm picking, not throwing. That's English, right? So I haven't made a whole lot of progress on this, but this is another good one just to sort of pick away. And I decided to do it English style just to kind of keep myself in the habit of being able to do that. And when I do English style, I just do it if there's like straight knitting. I do it if there's color work. Again, like if I'm just knitting in the round. I am horrible at trying to purl knitting English style. I am awful at it. I've tried a few different, I know some people said try the Norwegian purl or like a few different types, and I just cannot seem to find one that doesn't feel really awkward and turn out really, really messy, which is fine because usually English style for me, I really enjoy knitting English style if all I'm doing is kind of straight knitting. And I know some people say that you'll knit tighter or looser on like between continental and English style, but I actually don't notice any difference in my gauge because I had started off doing continental and then I thought, oh, I think this would be a good project just to switch over and do English, and I don't notice any difference in my, like you can't tell where I switched over. So this is being knit out of Sugar Bush Bliss, and the colorway is Fiddle Leaf, and it's a sport weight. The yarn is, oops, a little bit of yarn barf happening here, but it's very soft, very drapey. It is 70% extra fine superwash merino, 20% mulberry silk, 10% cashmere. So it is like crazy soft. It's very nice and drapey, which I think will be nice like in a scarf. That's just kind of a pick away at. There's no set date. I wanted a project that I could just kind of just pick up and do straight knitting. I didn't have to think about where I was in the pattern or anything like that. And I basically just knit until all the yarn is gone. And then I do a Kitchener stitch to close up the other end. So I don't know if that's going to be for me or if I may kind of have that go as a gift. I don't know. I was originally thinking it might be a gift, and then then I started changing my mind because it was just so soft. So next up is the Terrazzo sweater. Now I am making progress on this, and I'll kind of go into more detail on the Terrazzo sweater with I'm doing this as the next installment of the project diaries. I'll go into kind of more details of any issues I ran into, any goofs I made, etc. But I am making really good progress. Not as fast as I would like because I think I got sort of waylaid between kind of mindless knitting, which honestly, body, like knitting in the round for the body, I don't know how I could get more mindless, but for some reason, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just got distracted, as one does. So right now, the hem is a 1x1 ribbing, and I just have to go. I'd say I have about another 1.5 inches to go. She says to knit for, I think it's 3 inches. And then the drape on this is just insane. This is being knit with Lovely Valley wool. And this is like the natural color. And then I am pairing it with, I don't know if that's when it's attached to or not. So this is Knit Picks Alpaca Cloud, and this is the Carson colorway. It's like a very nice kind of coal black color. So that's coming along. I might see if I can finish the hem on that today, but it's got such a like nice drape to it. Shake it like you. But and just the marling is beautiful. I absolutely love this. I really wish I had started this kind of earlier in the season, although it's springtime in Nova Scotia. If I can finish this in time, I'll still get some wear out of it. So that's kind of where I'm at with all of the knitting projects right now. And life stuff we pretty much covered with the retirement. That's kind of the big ticket item. Yeah, so that is about everything. I will say, guys, I kind of ripped the tag off. I found this really good lip balm. I am very particular about my lip balm. I don't like chapstick and stuff like that. This one is made, it's a Canadian maker. They're out of, I want to say Finley, BC. It's definitely, for sure it's BC. Anyway, it's called Moody Bee. And this is the London Fog colorway. No, this is the London Fog flavor, I guess. But it goes on nice and smooth. And the smell, the London Fog. I've so far opened the London Fog and the tangerine. It was one of the orange ones. Oh my God. They smell so nice, but not perfumey. It's like a really nice natural smell. And it stays on your lips for a good long time, which I really like. They made my lips feel so soft. And I have a tendency towards dry lips. So if you're looking for a really good, they're not that expensive at all, really. They're about the same as what you would pay, maybe even a little less than what you would pay for like Burt's Bees or something. Yeah, so that's that's my tearing the thing as I was opening it. But it's Moody Bee. I'll put the link for them down below. That is about everything. I've gotten out for some more walks. The great thing is that now, if I wake up in the morning and the weather is like kind of crappy, the dog can still get a walk later on if the weather clears up and it's not crappy. So she's very happy. We've done some afternoon walks. We've done some mid-morning walks. She's getting her nap in right now because we just came back from the walk. So yeah, so it's been good. The first week of retirement has had a little ups and downs, just as far as things that happened. But overall, it's been nice. I do still have moments where I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, and then I realize I don't have to go to work tomorrow, and I feel so elated. I cannot begin to tell you how elated I feel. I'm going to go do some knitting and see if I can't get that hem done, and I will check in with you guys later. Until then, happy knitting, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.